Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sri Iyer. I'm also the author of the book Who Painted My State Purple. I will be selling this in paperback form very shortly on my website sriiyer.com. Do visit us and do get your copy. It's going to come very soon. Today I'm going to talk about the prospects of Democrats in 2022 midterm elections. It is my belief that Democrats are going to lose both the Congress and the Senate. But more importantly, I want to talk about some of the Hindu Americans that are currently present in Congress and Senate. I mean, there are many names who sound Hindu, but I'm afraid there's only one who shows some inklings of being a Hindu American at the Congress or in the Senate, and that is Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi of Illinois. I think I've told you this a few weeks ago that all these Indian American congressmen / senators, their seats are at risk because they are going to be replaced by Islamic leaning, more radical thinking Democratic candidates. And I'm afraid that is what is happening to Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi. A hit job by a two-bit thug who goes by the credentials of an author. I don't even want to name the name. And he has meticulously listed all those people who sound Hindu and who seem to be associated with Hindu organizations. And because Raja Krishnamoorthi has been pictured, taken photographs with these people, therefore you try to paint him in some color that he is not. The whole thing is orchestrated to bring him down. Raja Krishnamoorthi won unopposed in 2020, but I think he is going to face some very severe headwinds this time. And it does not help his cause that he voted for the Islamophobia bill of Ilhan Omar. This, I think, has got his core base very unhappy. So I don't know what Raja Krishnamoorthi is going to do. I know him. He's a nice person. Unfortunately, these are some of those hard political choices that you have to make that can sometimes lose you votes also. I can also tell you, once Raja Krishnamoorthi loses from there, it is next to impossible for a Hindu American to get elected from what is a Indian American stronghold. I think those chances are gone. As to the chances of people like Ro Khanna, well, Ro Khanna has a lot of money. He has been bankrolling the candidature of many other Democratic congressmen and women. So he's now becoming more of like a power center of his own. You all know that he was one of the chief lieutenants of Bernie Sanders, and who knows, if Sanders had won the presidential nomination, he might have even been the vice presidential candidate for Bernie Sanders. You know, America and American politicians say they are the most unracial people, and yet their actions will tell you the exact opposite. 180 degrees, not 360, 180 degrees. Many people confuse 180 and 360. That's why I made that joke. 180 degrees opposite. Look at all the Democratic pairings from 2008. Obama is an African American, and Joe Biden, also a friend of African Americans. Then when Joe Biden's turn came, he lines up with Kamala Harris, another African American. And it is my belief that for the foreseeable future, you will always have an African American candidate as part of the president-vice president team in the Democratic Party. Republicans, on the other hand, they are in a bit of a fix. They don't know what to do because their base is getting eroded, because most of their base is not having what I would call as a typical family life. Many of them are divorcing. I'm not saying anything right or wrong about this. I'm just telling you the facts as I see it. And the family sizes are shrinking, becoming more and more nuclear families. Therefore, their vote bank is getting more and more fractured. You know that if you look at these electoral maps after any elections, you will see that Democrats will be along the sides, and in pockets in the middle, most of the others will be Republican. And yet the Democrats will keep winning. And the reason for that is the numbers. You see, more of America lives along the coast than in the middle. And this trend has been increasing more and more. We don't know how that's going to change. But more importantly, what's going to happen if Raja Krishnamoorthi does not get elected. As long as she was a congresswoman, 𝗣𝗂𝘂𝗍𝘂𝘀 was a true Hindu American voice. And for some reason that I just can't fathom, neither the Democrats liked her nor the Republicans, except for perhaps Donald Trump. And she finds herself now outside of the political spectrum. Unfortunately for her, she's from the islands of Hawaii, which is sort of like it's not seen as something like a power center. I don't know how she's going to turn her career around. She can, of course, relocate to the mainland and run from some safe Democratic seat, but the Democratic Party needs to get behind her. I don't know if that will happen or not. So either way, Hindu Americans are going to, in my opinion, lose whatever little representation they had in the Congress. And we all know that Kamala Harris doesn't want to acknowledge her Hindu ancestry roots. Very unfortunate. And in fact, she in her birth certificate, her name reads Kamala Iyer Harris. And I'm an Iyer too. And I thought she was a little bit of Hindu in her. And I don't know, I'm kind of disappointed about that. But again, this is real hard politics. It serves her better to be more Jesuit, to be more, black than what she is. But what can we say? That's what, that's what politics is all about. So my hope is that somehow Raja Krishnamoorthi's campaign finds new wind and new steam and gathers momentum, and he gets past the finish line. Otherwise, the Hindu Americans of America are in for a very, very hard time in the years to come. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, click on the bell button for notifications. If you like this summary of what is coming down the pipeline for 2022, please consider donating using Super Thanks button. Namaskar.